Yeah, it's tough to see in the video, but this is a really cool view. I'm working on this bench bedding system today, or this bedding pocket, and you can see I have a massive swath running alongside that bench. So where there's slope, I have trees laying there to get some regen going, create some cover. But wherever there's a flat spot, I cleared it because that's where I want the deer bedding. And I got trails running. I got a trail running right here. Got to clean up a branch right there because probably have it go around those couple of hinge trees. I got a trail running along the bottom. I got a trail running right on, directly on the bench. And then I'll have one on the top side too. So I have 3 trails going through this. And I got plenty of spots where they can jump up and down the slope. Plenty of spots where it's flat, where I cleared the way so they can bed there. But man, this just looks really cool from this perspective. And you can see massive, massive hole in the canopy that's going to be running this ridge top, or this bench. It's not quite the top of the ridge, but yeah, this is where the deer are going to want to be hanging out, because this is the only cover in this woods as of right now. We're working on it though. Wouldn't you want to bed right here if you were a deer? And talk about a good view. Have the northwest wind coming over your back. Be able to just look out, watch for danger. Oh, look at this beautiful little bed here. It's from the cut from a month or so ago. Perfect spot. Again, this is actually on a pretty steep part of the slope, but it flattens out just right here, and I left it so there was a nice little escape out that way, and then there's the view. Man, this stuff works. So fun to see this. Kind of ended up bumping over into an older cut I did along this same line, and just checking out how the deer are using it. Man, winter is such a good time to assess, or I should say right after deer season is a good time to assess how the deer are using the cover you're putting down. Look at that right there. We got a beautiful bed, beautiful little canopy. You can see the deer are in here. I mean, this is the time of year they're starting to transition to thermal cover, but still getting some residual bedding in these hinge cuts, because actually there's good thermal protection in this particular hinge cut because it's in a bottom. It has good ridges all around it, so great thermal cover. So they're still in here, and this is it's a pretty fresh bed back in there. So great time to assess what you got going on. And this one is not a very high canopy. So when I talk about higher hinge cuts, I'm not cutting at face level. It's chest level. Chest level is plenty high because that tree pops up when you cut it a little bit anyway. So it's not, the hinge is actually going to be higher than chest level just because of how it hinges. But yeah, this one actually settled a little bit lower, but they're still using it. Beautiful little canopied bed that is getting some action. This is up where I did the initial cut a month ago. So fun to see the deer respond. Literally lay out a trail for them, and they follow the script. Pretty cool. Alright, I'm at that one more tank portion of the day, so while I catch my breath here, I'm going to just kind of show you what transpired with the old chainsaw. Alright, so this is bench bedding again. If you watched a video I did, I don't know, a month or two ago, I had found some aspen on a bench on a ridge, kind of targeted a bedding cut with those aspen. Well, this is actually let me get where I can show you. This is the next bench down from where I did that cut. You can see the snow-covered stuff up there. Well, I'm on the next bench down, and we're just continuing the cut. The big goal is to get the trees down. Found that nice little pocket of aspen down here too, so Made sure to drop those bad boys. But I got multiple levels to this cut. Stop and think about this for a second. Man, when you buy land that has some topography to it, you get so much more bang for your buck. I mean, think about this. This spot from the top of the bench to the very bottom, I would guess is maybe 70 yards. Now, if this was flat, if it was just a flat 70 yards, that's not a ton of space to bed deer. But when you have benches like this, wow, you can stack so many more deer on a property when it has big topography like this. Because this hill goes up quite a ways. There's a decent amount of elevation here for this part of Minnesota. So, man, if you're looking to buy property, I mean, deer love ridges anyway. I mean, that's the kind of stuff we want when we're deer hunters. But when it has multiple levels of benches like this, that really helps you get a lot more space to put deer. So anyway, here is the main travel hub. Like I said, I got the trail run in the bottom, got a trail run in here. There's a trail kind of run in the top. And as I cut this, there's the big aspen. As I cut this, I just made plenty of spots again where the deer can tuck up and bed. There's little spots, little nooks where they can bed all throughout this cut. Right up over there, up over there. Now this is where there's a trail that kind of turns and goes down. I really trashed this hillside because it was fairly steep. Deer they're not going to bed where there's a lot of slope unless it flattens out, and there were a couple spots in there it did flatten out, so I made sure to make trails to it and make beds. But my goal with this is just to get it to go blow up with regen, get the aspen regen coming up here, and these areas are going to be the main bedding nooks for the deer on this one. Now on the bottom down there, I also there's a nice flat bottom. I'm not going to walk down to it. I'm too tired, and I got one more tank to do here. You can see down in that bottom there, it kind of flattens out, and I have lots of little bedding nooks tucked down in there too. Didn't hinge much for trees today. It was literally just ironwood and aspen, one birch tree I cut, and I cut a couple of junky oaks that were up in the crowns of some nice oaks, dropped those. So didn't really hinge much, hinged a few of the ironwood. Like I said, with ironwood, you just have to go, if you hinge them, don't have the same expectation you have for ironwood as you would for like a box elder or elm hinge really well. So some of them will die, but that's okay. I just wanted to prop up that cover a little bit. But yeah, that was the project today. It's fun working in this kind of country because there are going to be deer. I got bedding here, got bedding there. Eventually we'll probably add bedding further down the ridge. My last little bit of cutting I'm going to do is going to be right up in there. Got an older bedding cut that connects right over there. Went up in there, and yeah, I'll add that to the video, or you probably have already watched it, where I showed that there were deer bedding up in that. So yeah, good day today. All right, you all take care. God bless.